Alright lawn fans, Ben here back for another video on the MoTime YouTube channel. If you're new here, do consider subscribing and clicking the like button on this video if you enjoyed it. Now, as per the title, we're doing a full lawn renovation on this buffalo grass. Now, this grass has not had a lawn renovation before, which is great. There's a bit of undulation. I cylinder mow this. If you haven't or don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I've put up some reels of cylinder mowing this area. And with the cylinder mower, you can kind of feel when there's a bit of undulation or when there's a bit of, when your buffalo's getting a bit too spongy, which is a common reason why it's time to either give it a good scalp and top dress at the same time, level those areas out and get rid of upon stolons grow on top of each other. Now, that's the main reason. If you walk out in a buffalo lawn, whether it's your own or a client's property, if it feels like you're walking on snow and it's really spongy, there's a good chance a lot of the stolons are just growing on top of each other, and that's what creates that spongy sort of trampoline effect. So to fix that up, you just reset the height. So scalp it down real low. With buffalo, of course, we don't go too low, but I'll go through all that in a minute. But let's take a short walk so I can quickly sort of show you what I'm talking about. We'll get down low, and then make sure you are subscribed, because in the videos I do often get asked about a follow-up video, as in 3 weeks, 4 weeks post-reno, how's the lawn doing? I'm going to include that at the end of the video, so make sure you hang around to the end to make sure you can see how the lawn is doing in 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks time here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. But anyway, let's get down low, take a quick look at this buff, get into the reno. So I'll just quickly show you how we're going with the scalp. So we've done this first section, as you can see, and this is kind of how low you want to go. You want to be able to open up the canopy so you can see, obviously, the dirt. Now these are stolons. You do not want to mow it down to dirt and remove these, or you'll say goodbye basically to your turf. So you want to hang on to these, because these will sprout new growth, spread back out, and away you go. So this is how low you want to go. You want to be able to leave your stolons there, but also pretty much be able to see your soil. I'll put a little spider, sorry mate. Go hide before the birds get you. The other reason why we scalp, apart from to take away the sponginess that buffalo can give you, the other reason is to show your high and low spots in the lawn. So areas that will need more than other areas than your high spots. And scalping shows you your high and low spots. So if we have a look here, this is obviously high spots, which I knew from mowing it for a while, you can sort of tell. And then of course, where there is more grass is your lower spots. Now, who can answer in the comments why there's a line through here that is quite sunken? Obviously the mower isn't hitting it, so it's a very low spot. I'll give you a hint. I'm standing next to the letterbox. Yes, the postie. This is the postman's track. Probably every lawn fan's arch nemesis, but we can't hate them. They're doing their job. They are also, you don't own the land on your council nature strip in Queensland, so you cannot get cranky at your postman. They are delivering your mail, they are delivering your parcels, so don't get angry at them. They are just doing their job. So it's just something you have to deal with if you're wanting to keep a nice lawn on your nature strip or footpath. So yeah, so that's the other reason why. So we'll fill that back up with soil. We're going to block this area off for a couple of weeks while it recovers. But anyway, so that's it. If you've got any more questions regarding scalping, buffalo, put it in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I hope that helped answer some of your questions about how low to go with buffalo and why you scalp the lawn. All right, let's move on. All right, scalping is all done. Let's go for a quick walk. I'll show you how it's looking. So as you can see, there is low areas. Again, this is most likely the postie track coming through here, but I knew this section was going to take out the most because I knew this part was the highest section of the nature strip. When I was taking the cylinder mower over it, it just sort of floated and the back end moved everywhere. So I knew this area was just too spongy. So that's why I've gone a little bit harder on this section. I don't know if you can tell, but probably can't pick it up on camera, but you can sort of see that that dips there, and then there's a rise here, and then it sort of dips back down as it goes to the pole. But again, this is buffalo, so you don't want to go down to dirt or this just won't grow back. I've sort of on the edge there. This is probably a bit too deep, but I knew that was going to be the case. So I know that this will recover a little bit slower than the rest of these sections, but that's fine. I just wanted to get it down mainly, but that's all right. I'm not worried about that recovering. It will. All right, let's do scalping. Let's get on to the core aeration. So core aeration done. Now we move on to throwing out some fertilizer. Now when it comes to putting out your slow release fertilizer, there's plenty of good products on the market. I use Plant Doctor, and if you want to get 10% off anything on their website, use the code MOTIME10 and that'll give you 10% off your lawn slow release lawn fertilizer. I'll leave the link down in the description and the website up on the screen. Just go and select whatever you want. They do indoor and outdoor plants plus lawn related products. So select what you want, and at the checkout punch in MOTIME10 and that'll give you 10% off. It also helps to support MOTIME as well, so I appreciate that. But anyway, as I said, there's all different types of fertilizers, from Lawn Solutions, Plant Doctor, ICL, Lawn Pride, a whole bunch. But yeah, just jump on the website and check out what the right one for your grass variety. But for buffalo here, I'm using Plant Doctor. But anyway, let's throw some slow release fertilizer out and then we'll get on to top dressing. Oh man, top dressing in the wind. Top dressing. Throwing small prill fertilizer out in the wind is a bit of a nightmare. Best to wait till it's not so windy, but I don't have that choice at the moment. I've got to get it down. Anyway, let's keep going, get this small patch done, on to top dressing. Now of course too, when you put any slow release fertilizer out near concrete, driveways, paths, anything like that, make sure you blow the path areas off. Don't leave any of that slow release fertilizer on the concrete or you'll end up like this. Now up on the screen is a picture of my driveway. I was filling up the hopper and spilled some on the driveway concrete, and then I just forgot about it, got busy, put the fert out and forgot to clean it up, and it rained, and this is what you can see what happened to my driveway from nitrogen burn. So make sure, especially if you're at a client's property, blow the fertilizer off the paths, driveways onto the lawn. Plus you don't want to waste it either, but you don't want to damage or leave a stain on any client's driveways because that looks unprofessional and not very good. So yeah, blow off the area. All right, that is it for today. I'm gonna call it 5 o'clock. I'm gonna head home, rest the body, and then back to it for top dressing. So if you're enjoying the video, make sure you hit that like button on this video to help get out to other lawn and garden enthusiasts like you and me. But anyway, I'll see you all bright and early in the morning for top dressing. top dressing is done. As you can see behind me, we are all done. Now when it comes to leveling or top spreading in your top dress, sorry, had little sleep last night, my brain function is slow today. When it comes to spreading your top dress on your lawn, make sure you take your time. It isn't just about pushing the top dress into the holes, it's also about making it as level as possible as you can. Now over time, when you've been around doing this for years, your eye's just accustomed to seeing something really level or seeing slight dips and anything. Like anything, if you've been doing it for a long time, your eyes just can see things a lot clearer than someone who's doing it once a year sort of thing. So just take your time with it. Move the soil around, stand back, look at your levels. Okay, go back in, need to shift a bit off that spot, or I took too much out of that spot, add a little bit back, all that sort of stuff. So take your time. It isn't just about shoving it in the holes and boom, 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 and move on and water in. Take your time, level it out, and you'll be happy with the finish at the end. Now, that is generally more important for someone using a cylinder or a reel mower, because you really require that nice flat surface to be rolling the reel mower over. If you're just using a walk behind mower, a typical rotary mower, etc., not so important, because you're potentially most likely going to be mowing higher than you would with a cylinder mower, theoretically, so you don't necessarily have to have a perfectly level lawn. But in saying that, if you don't do it well enough, your rotary mower will still go over and you'll hit a dip and it'll scalp in, and then you'll be left with this semicircle of a dugout patch in your lawn or something like that. So just take your time with it, you know, keep working with it, stand back, take a look, okay, yep, go back in, adjust if necessary. But anyway, the other thing too is what actual tool to use. Now you might have seen me use an actual lawn level rake. There's a lot of people, and I see a lot of contractors driving around in Brisbane with a landscape rake on the back of their trailer, etc. And I don't know what they're using that, I don't know if they're specifically using that for leveling in top dress, but that is not the right landscape rake to be leveling your lawn with. I did a video on that about choosing the right rake. Are you using the right rake? I'll leave it up in the link here. Go and click on that if you're unsure about what to get and the differences in them. The big round ones with the big circular round bars, there's like normally 4 of them. That is a landscape rake. That's not really a leveling rake. There's difference, and go check that video out and you'll be able to see the difference. A landscape rake is more used for pushing large amounts of soil around, like when you're about to turf an area and you've put your top dress or your underlay down. That's what you put down and use that rake to push around your material, your under turf, ready for your turf to install. Whereas your top dress rake, as you'll see in the video, it is built differently and it's built to exactly do that, top dress and level your lawn. But anyway, go check that out. It just might help you out in getting the right tool for doing the right job, especially if you're a professional in the game. But anyway, that's it. This gutter is full of stuff. So of course, being a professional, we don't leave a gutter like that. So I'll go through now. It's a bit windy, so I can't use the blower or I'm going to end up with piles of thatch and soil in my face. So I've got my broom out. We'll just go through with the broom. That's it. Cleaned up the guttering. Always make sure you clean up and tidy up after yourself, especially if you're a professional in the game. Clients are paying you for a professional job, so just make sure you do your best to provide that to the clients. Anyway, top dress is on. Now for the final stage, which is of course watering it in, a very important stage of a lawn renovation. You must stay on top of watering after you do your lawn reno, especially straight away. When you get your top dress down, especially when the temps start to get into summer, get water on it ASAP, because you really don't want that hot soil or sand sitting on top of your lawn, especially buffalo, and starting to just heat up the grass to a point where it can't survive. So get water on it ASAP. Anyway, thankfully this place has in-ground irrigation, so we will activate that, open the valve, get that going, and that's it. But anyway, let's get the irrigation on. Alright everybody, well that's a wrap on this lawn renovation video on the buffalo you see behind me. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are into watching some more lawn and garden content. Make sure you click the like button on this video if you enjoyed it as well. I'm getting a nice spray from the irrigation, which is nice, as it's a bit, actually it's not too hot, but it's still nice, hot enough to enjoy a spray of irrigation. But anyway, if you've got any questions regarding anything you see in the video, make sure you put them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. It's a beautiful day here. I really wish the weather would stay this mid 20 degrees here in Brisbane. Unfortunately, it is not going to. We're going to hit summer and the 30+ days are going to come out. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to get on to the next job. I've got a bunch of renovations to get into and a bunch of regular maintenance clients to stay on top of as well. But as always, I hope you're all doing well, mentally and physically. We'll see you all in the next video.